It's time to go over the top 5 new game trailers of the week. New expansions, new demos, let's get right into this with number 5. Number 5, Dishonored Death of the Outsider new gameplay trailer. Dishonored 2 was a great game, and now we are getting the standalone expansion Dishonored Death of the Outsider. It's gonna be its own experience and it's shaping up very nicely. We saw a new gameplay trailer this week, so check it out.
Initially, we saw Void Strike. She can charge whether people are aware of you or not, whether you assassinate them or you produce a fatality. It's a fast-paced sort of combinatorial system, and adding in something that lets you just like drive. Her mobility power is called Displace, where she can leave a marker in the world and snap back to it. It's like Billy Lurk can be in 2 places at once, and then decide which one of them is the right place that she should be.
How Billy gets her powers. She's not actually marked.
Right.
So there are new gadgets.
Her powers from artifacts that are tied to the Void. She has the sword, again, that was used to originally sacrifice the person who became the Outsider. But the arm that she has causes it to deconstruct and reconstruct, so she can, like, summon it out of nowhere, basically. She has the sliver of the eye that lets her listen to the whispers of rats.
About called the Hook Mine.
The Hook Mine is something that the game design team prototyped and worked on and just put a lot of love into. But the idea is that you can leave it on a wall or floor or ceiling, and magnetically it will drag an enemy over to it and hang them from that spot or whatever. It's intended as a non-lethal device. However, if you put multiple up, it will pull the enemy from different sides and eventually rip them apart. So it can be quite gory. It became one of our favorite toys across the Dishonored games.
Number 4, Resident Evil 7 End of Zoe DLC trailer. Resident Evil 7 was one of the best games of this year so far, and it's seeing a brand new episode known as End of Zoe. Capcom is saying it'll be a shocking installment and will reveal Zoe Baker's fate and introduce new enemies and a swamp-filled area. It'll be released for $15, so check out the new trailer for the new DLC.
How long did you say this place has been abandoned? Zoe?
There's a lot more to bioterrorism than we thought.
Number 3, SCORN new gameplay demo. SCORN is one of the highly anticipated upcoming horror games. We saw a brand new gameplay demo this week showing off some of the game's atmosphere and style. Check it out. Number 2, Secrets of Mana Remake new gameplay demo. The announcement of a Secret of Mana remake left many of us very excited. Best of all, we don't even have to wait that long to play the game. It's coming February of 2018. For now, take a look at a bit of the new gameplay demo from PAX West.
Burst damage with the magic.
I was.
Are the spells and the, I don't want to call them summons. What do they call them?
I'm not sure.
The spirits or whatever, you get like 8 of them, they have different types of magic abilities. Do they look the same or do they interpret the magic abilities different now?
They look the same, just up-resed and for 3D. Yep.
Oh yes, they still have the treasure chest and they still shake it.
And you still get lots of candy.
Lots of candy until you need chocolate bars, right?
Yep. And you see, you know, the iconic little enemy cute rabbis. I don't know why you kill them all, but you know, they're attacking you and you have to defend yourself.
So I do want to point out in like the nuances in making remaking a game that what was it just came, a Crash Bandicoot. It looks like a perfect remake of it, but a lot of people are saying that like the jump is like a few frames different, it's a little harder. Is there something like that in this game where the gameplay mechanics might be slightly different?
There might be. So when Oyomata-san took the role on to produce the new version of the game, he wanted to make sure that, you know, some of the bugs and some of the, you know, harder things that the original version of the game had were fixed. You know, some of those were considered bugs, and he wanted to make sure that, you know, the new experience did not have that. So some things like that might be slightly changed, but for the most part, the story and the gameplay are exactly like the original version.
I'm curious because we're talking a lot about those who have played the game before and want to go back down nostalgia lane, but there are certainly people who have never played the game before that might play it for the first time here. If that's the case, what are those people going to find in this game and what's there for them?
So, I mean, a lot of the old school players were, you know, for me, I played the original and I always told my friends about it, and they're like, I heard about it, but I didn't really, it was not really for me. I'm used to more, you know, modern graphics and things like that, so they didn't really go back and play it.
Right.
But for new players of the game who want to join and play this version, it's the exact same version of the game that their friends played.
Cool.
So, you know, if they had fear of missing out on.
And finally, number 1, Assassin's Creed Origins new gameplay demo. Assassin's Creed Origins is the latest in Ubisoft's long-running franchise, and this is one of the most promising entries in the series in a very long time. The gameplay we've seen thus far has looked fantastic, and the new demo from PAX West is more of that. Check it out.
The world, the challenges at their own pace with a lot of different tools. Here we can see we're running into a tomb, which is a very cool way for us to create a more linear gameplay challenge, so puzzles, navigation challenges, that kind of thing, but still within the context of this big open world. So a lot of new mechanics, a lot of new things for players to explore and experience.
I mean, the first thing I noticed when I seen one of the first trailers was the combat.
Yeah.
It's so fluid, and it looks amazing. And you were talking about bringing some RPG elements to it.
Yeah.
I saw numbers.
Yeah.
Are those for crits or?
Yeah.
That blew,
we have
like
full-blown RPG. So we get a lot of questions about that. So in terms of UI, people can play with that. They can turn it off if they don't like it. But myself, I love the RPG elements.
Yes.
I want to see my crits. I want to see my,
I love to min-max, right?
Exactly.
Like, I want the best weapon. So can you change your weapons? Can you change your armor? Like, can you upgrade them?
Oh, absolutely. So there's a massive gear system where, you know, gear has rarities, levels, attributes, properties. So for sure, you know, you can find weapons that do bleeding damage, weapons that have crit. Oh yeah, we've gone far into the realm of RPG. Again, we felt like we're making a really big step for AC, something that's new. We wanted that if someone is playing the game for 40, 50 hours, the game's constantly rewarding them, providing them new challenges. So boss fights are a big thing in the game. There's a ton of bosses in the world.
If they defeat all the bosses, do they get something extra?
Oh, whoa. Let's put it this way. No. Let's put it this way. We consistently reward our players for exploring the game, for playing its challenges. So most definitely, the bosses constantly offer really awesome rewards.
I'm just saying, I'm a
There's
completionist.
lots of cool surprises.
Yeah.
So if I have to collect something, like, I want to make sure that I get all of it. And there's a lot of that in the game?
Absolutely. We have a lot of stuff.
So that wraps up the top 5 new game trailers of the week. What do you think? Which game trailers excited you the most this week? Comment your thoughts down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.